name is Chioma Omolaye. I am head of technology, L'Oreal International Solutions. I'm also a data scientist with Data Science Accelerators and a member of Data Science Nigeria. In lending our voice as data scientists with respect to political campaign analysis, election predictions, and all, with me is no other person than a lead data scientist at Data Science Accelerators, Mr. Adeyemi Odeneye. Mr. Adeyemi Odeneye predicted 2015 election. He will tell you more about it. He predicted Donald Trump and so many other predictions that he did. Join me as I welcome on screen the lead data scientist, Data Science Accelerators, Mr. Adeyemi Odeneye. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Chioma. Data is beginning to transform our lives, businesses. Today we talk about self-driving cars. Today we talk about predictive analytics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and much more. This is as a result of data and advances in technological innovation. It is no longer news that data has become the new oil. The reason is data has strategically transformed businesses and revolutionized the way we do our business. In recent times, we saw different conversations on the internet in the area of Cambridge Analytica, Facebook, and its users. Conversations involving data privacy and infringement. Fundamentally, there are two perspectives in which I have looked at this: the good and the bad. The good thing is, it gives an empirical evidence on how data can actually transform political process. It gives an empirical evidence of how data has become an hallmark for innovations. And it also gives more awareness to political aspirants, government officials, to begin to see data as an essential ingredient of our lives. The bad side of it was possibly the process of acquisition of the data was wrong. An illegal acquiring of people's information implies a breach of trust and infringement on data privacy. But let's focus more on the good side, really. It has made us to be more aware that data is a critical asset of our lives. It has made us to be more aware that data can be used to transform the way we approach businesses or to disrupt innovations on existing strategies. An empirical example was the use of data during the political campaign of Donald Trump, where the political data scientists used data to predict electorate decisions and to manage them efficiently and effectively. But what they did wrong could have been the process of acquiring the data, which would be an infringement. But let's buttress more on the good side of data. As a data scientist, we use data to provide solutions for businesses. We use data to predict which of our customers can actually default if we give loan. As a data scientist, we use data to predict which of our patients will actually fall sick given a period of time. And these are the things we do. And bringing it into political context, in 2015, what we did as a group of data scientists was to predict the outcome of Nigeria's presidential election. We acquired data over the internet on public domain legally, without breaching any trust, without breaching any data privacy law. We analyze the data using machine learning algorithms. We analyze the sentiments of users towards each of the political aspirants. And we came up with an overall polarity that President Muhammad Buhari would definitely win the election, which we got right. The same vein, we did that for the governorship election as well. We also predicted it right. The UK election was also predicted using the same process and model. Our model has been consistent in various predictions and applications back to back. A detailed analysis of how we predicted the presidential elections, the governorship elections, and most of our data science projects are on the internet for people to actually review. So one of the importance of data science in politics is a data scientist gathers data during the political campaign and advises the political aspirants on the content of speech and delivery across community. Which means that, for instance, if a political aspirant will be going to somewhere far west to deliver speech, the political data scientists get that information ahead of time using advanced machine learning algorithms to understand the sentiments of the people and advises the political aspirant in what context, in what ways to deliver the speech. With that, you have an informed decisions. And this was one of the areas President Donald Trump leveraged on during his political campaign in 2016 by hiring a political data scientist. In today's world of digital innovation, we cannot undermine what data can actually use for us. In the context of business, of governance, governments should begin to look at how we can actually use data to predict when and where our infrastructure will definitely go bad, to predict which community needs a specific form of healthcare system, to predict and to understand what our people are actually saying. This can be done through data science. Within commercial context, data can be used to predict which of our bank transaction is fraudulent. Data can actually be used to predict which of our machineries, equipment, generators can actually break down using anomaly detection. We could use data to predict which of our customers will go dormant within the banking industry. In telecoms, we could use data to predict which of our customers will stop patronizing our network. In display adverts, we can actually use data to predict which of our users actually like our adverts. These and many more are areas which we can actually apply data science. The advantages of data is quite enormous, and data science is transforming businesses today. Today we talk about artificial intelligence, which requires building sophisticated machine learning systems that mimic the behavior of human, which implies that the systems we build will definitely begin to behave like human and act efficiently in certain ways. These are the beauty of technological innovations which are being applied across the world. And we as expertise are equipped and up to standard. We make sure that we apply due diligence in the process of our work. We make sure that all our data does not infringe on privacy laws. And we make sure that our models are always consistent with international regulation. And in recent times, there is something which is being trending, talking about interpretable machine learning. The models that you build should be interpreted. That means that people should understand the models the data scientists build for you. It is not just about building models, you need to understand what goes on behind the black box. And that is what stands out as data science accelerators. We explain the algorithm for you in total. We explain to you what goes behind the black box. We don't just bring in model from somewhere in Europe or anywhere in the world and give you a need for you to deploy. No, it doesn't work that way. You have every right to ask the data scientist, tell me, how does this algorithm that you tell me will predict patients who fall sick work? How does this algorithm that you tell me that will predict which of my customer will be forced work? Explain it to me in plain English, and that's what we call a white box model. You have every right to ask the data scientist what has been deployed on your server and what will be built for you. The same way, a patient has every right to inquire what kind of drugs the doctor is being prescribed. So you don't just put in models or deploy it on your server. You don't just take any model from outside and you feel it's going to work, all because you do not understand. You have every right for data scientists to explain these models in plain English, and that's why, as local expertise, we are beg and call. At each click, we are there for you to explain with you with transparency and with integrity. Trust us with that.
Thank you.